Okay, so welcome back to our linked list series. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to add a node to the first position of the linked list. Okay, so we're going to use this coding exercise to just learn how to do this. So here we have a coding exercise that says implement the below function. It says we should implement the function called add first, which takes a single parameter called value. Okay, you say your task is to insert the given integer value at the beginning of the linked list. Okay, so the first thing we normally do is to declare the node itself. Okay, and we know that every node in a linked list has two parts, the data part and the link part. Okay, the data part where it stores the value of the node, and the link part where it used to point to the address of the next node. Okay, so I declare that here now, int data. Okay, and then struct node pointer next for the link part. Okay, of course is of the same data type as the node itself, rather the node itself where it is being declared. Okay, so then we're going to initialize the head node here to null. Okay, struct node pointer head is assigned null. So our head node, there is no node rather right now in the linked list because the head node is null, completely null. Okay, so we go to writing the function. Of course, in implementing the add first, if the head node is null, then it will just create a node and make it the head node. That's the idea. Okay, so here we're going to declare another node, or rather the new node. Okay, we're going to declare the new node here, node pointer new node. And sorry for my mistake, I'm implementing this in the C programming language. Okay, of course, if you can implement it in any programming language you want, as far as you understand what we're doing. Okay, so now so I've declared the new node and I'll get the address now. So in C programming language we use malloc, okay, to get the address. Malloc size of the struct node. Okay, this function malloc is going to return us an address which we then store where in the new node. Okay, so then after we declare the new node, okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to store the data in the new node. Okay, so I say new node, the data is assigned whatever parameter that is sent in through the value, okay. So then after that I will point the new node, I'll point the link part of the new node to the head, the empty head itself. Okay. Okay, then next I will assign the new node to the head node. So the new node becomes the head node. Then we will print the list to see what we have. Okay, so to do that, I'll create a new temporary node for traversing the list. So I say temp node pointer. I'll say struct node pointer temp. Okay, and of course I'll assign the head node to it. Normally we'll start from the head node to traverse the list. So after I do this, I will then say while temp is not equal to null, because once temp equal to null, we must have reached the end of our list, since the last node in a linked list normally points to null. So that's why I did that line there, while temp is not equals to null. Okay, so the first thing then I will do is to print f the data part of the node. Okay, I'll print all the data part of the node. After I print the data part of a node, I move to the next node. By pointing to the next link. Okay, so what happens is that I get to a node here, I print the data part. After printing to the data part of that node, I move to the next node by doing this, and of course I assign it back to temp, so that way when control returns back to the while loop, whatever value is now here, it will check to see if it is null here. If it is not null, it will continue and then print the data part of that very node where it is at the moment. After that, it moves to the next node and then comes back to do the testing in the while loop. That way, until it gets to the node that is null, then it knows that okay, it has gotten to the end of the list. Okay, then it comes out. As it comes out from the block of the code, I can just say return 0 here. We'll finish with what we're doing. Okay, so this is the main line of the code. And here, so I'm asking it to, first of all, create a node with a value 10 in the first position of the list. Then I ask it to create another one with the value 20 in the first position of the node. So this one becomes the first node, while this one becomes the second node. Then again, I ask it to create another node with value 30 in the first position of the node. So this one becomes the first node, this one becomes the second node, and then this one becomes the last node. Then of course I ask it to print. I call the print function here, which we just wrote. And then when it finishes, it returns 0. Okay, I have another return 0, so I remove 1. So I can go ahead and test the code for any error. Okay, so this doesn't look like 0. This is O, I guess. So I change it to 0 and I compile again. What's the result? Okay, so all test cases passed. Okay, so let's see what was in the test case. Okay, so the expected output is 30, 20, 10. The actual output is 30, 20, 10. Okay, so our code is working. So thank you for watching. Now you have learned how to insert a node at the first position of a linked list. Okay, so of course we're continuing the series. We're doing a series on linked list. Okay, so if you like this kind of content, just look below this video. You will see a red button, subscribe, so that as we bring out the next video, you won't miss it at all. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.